Hey, word up, people, word up. Listen, we're back here in another, I would say this is a holiday edition, but that is definitely misleading because we're not really going to talk about the holidays. This is a Thanks Joe edition. Another one of the men in my life that keeps me going. I haven't seen Jim in a while, though. Not just on camera. I have seen Mary recently, though. All right, so a couple things. First of all, I don't have a lot of time because I am about to do I guess you would call it a guest appearance on my friend Moses' Writers podcast. We're going to discuss the book Boy's Life by Robert McCammon, one of my favorite books. Hey, big clumsy ass fucker. Will you please calm down? Move out. Thank you, buddy. So that is in a few minutes. That's in a half hour or so. My mother. My mom is needing technical help with her phone. And me being the good son that I am, I'm just going to ignore it. So last night I unboxed my proof copy. Just take a gander at this goose. Proof copy came in last night. It is fascinating to see this thing in printed form and to know it is the version, that's the final version. Final version of the first paperback edition of the book. God, man, so exciting. Now, I have created and printed versions of this book before with red and black themed cover, but the cover was something that I had designed as opposed to Logan. It just looks, oh man. It looks so good. It looks really good. So I feel like I've seen this before, and I've been staring at this cover for so long that I feel like I've seen this over and over and over again. I will go into more detail on how this thing fits together. It's kind of an interesting experience holding this book in my hand finally after all this time. For one thing, because I've seen this before. Maybe it's because I've been staring at this particular artwork for so long, or I've seen red on black before, or actually the last cover was black on red. It's hard for me to wrap my brain around the fact that this is the book. I mean, technically this is not the final book because this is a dummy copy with a dummy ISBN, but seeing all of this together, the terms in the back, the maps, the illustrations, the words on the page, I mean, every little detail, the font that we chose, the German who did the layout obviously did a stellar job because she is the German. And so definitely want to give a shout out to Aunt. Yeah. So holding it in my hands is a surreal moment that gives me great amounts of pleasure. But I gotta admit, it is also a little bit anticlimactic because it feels like I've held this book in my hand before, because I kind of have, just a different version. And I think the moment when this will really feel vibrant and alive to me is when I will hold both books, 1 and 2. So The Scarecrow Hunters and A Greedy Shadow, when I hold them at the same time and I can thumb through them and see all of the illustrations and all of the maps and the page, the chapter dividers and the terms and the acknowledgments and all of it. Like, for real, it's just kind of awesome. All right, so it's also a distraction, clearly. So here we are. We're, in the thick of December now. I mean, we're December 8th today. I should probably point out to you that I am having surgery in 2 days. December 10th, I will be having surgery on my neck. I don't know if you've ever noticed this scar down here, but I had surgery on my neck 11 years and 4 days ago because I have degenerative disc disease, which means all my discs are degenerating in my neck and back. And there's no real corrective way to deal with this, like with medication or anything like that. And surgery removes the bad discs and puts in fake discs and then fuses bone around it. So I will have limited mobility in my neck when I come back because I'm having more work done on the top of where I had it before. So I'm thinking I'm going to have a total of 5 fused discs in my neck. My plan in December is to write on book 3. I will have a sore throat for a while because of the surgery. As soon as my voice sounds good, I hope to get into a routine of recording 3 to 4 chapters of Scarecrow and then Shadow every morning. I don't see how it's possible that I would have my audiobook ready by January 4th, which is when this book launches. So maybe I can have it within a month after. I don't know. I mean, I would love to have them at the same time, but I can't get hung up on that kind of detail at this point. It's just not possible. My priority in December is to write as much as I can on book 3. Another big bit of news is that I am shifting my career, meaning I am shutting down my freelance business. As of February 1st, I will have, and probably even earlier than that, but at the end of this year, I will no longer have any monthly contracts, and I will just have a couple of outstanding projects to finish. I do plan to add 1 or maybe 2 monthly contracts with. I have a client that I've been working with for a while now, and she and I are hoping to be able to start a monthly contract. That would be great. But I'm taking a position with a friend of mine that will. I've already told you this, haven't I? I probably should have mentioned at some point in this Wandering Focus series that I tend to repeat myself, and I'm sorry that I haven't told you that already. All right, that's all the news that is news across the nation. That's it. I could keep talking, but I'm not really saying anything, am I? I will be charging admission. I will be changing jobs over the next month to 2 months, month and a half. I'm really excited about that. I feel very good about that choice. It will be a bit of a transition. I will have a bit of a tighter budget. And by a bit of a tighter budget, I mean I will have a tighter budget, but also far more reliable income, which means I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm actually getting paid or if I'm getting enough work to pay everything that I need. So that is good. And I'm going to be having surgery in 2 days, so I will be spending the next 3 weeks or so, 3 or 4 weeks, recuperating and trying to go as slow as possible. The band has no more shows. We played our last show last weekend for the year, so that is good. We're going to try and write some material this December as well. But mostly, my goal is to write as much as humanly possible. I will have some work to do for some clients that I'm finishing up, video editing, getting some content online. But my priority is writing. in December. And so I'm hoping that when I come out of December, I have a big, big, big chunk of the manuscript for book 3 done. And that is going to be some work. And I just need to get into that groove. And I'm really excited to be able to do that again because it's been a long time since I've been able to write. Well, that is all the time that I have. And I would encourage you all to invest yourself in something that makes you happy, that pays you back as much as it costs you. Writing is that for me. Writing may not be that for you. I can tell you that being passionate about something, being a hustler, being an entrepreneur, being a small business owner makes you want to succeed, obviously, and you gotta hustle. You gotta put your heart and soul into it. But I feel like we do that with so many things in life that doesn't actually give us life to the degree that we're looking for or that we need, and it just sucks us dry. And that's one thing that writing has always done for me, is it's always been a place for where I could replenish my essence, if you will. And that's one of the things that's been frustrating me for the past 2 or 3 months, is that I haven't been able to create content or even to mold content. It's been doing all of this tedious side work to try and get a book ready to publish, whether that's marketing, which I'm still not doing well, or design files, formatting, editing, proofing, the mechanics, like the final stages. It's like you build a house and things happen so fast. The walls go up, the foundation is poured, and then the walls go up, then the roof is on, and then you start insulating, and then you put the sheetrock in, and all this stuff happens so fast, and you're like, oh my God, this is going so quickly, and then it just grinds practically to a halt because you've got trim guys and electricians and painters, and the finishing touches always feels like it takes forever. And that's the way that it is with this. Only for me, I was starting from zero. I didn't know what I was doing, and I had to learn, and I'm still learning, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing this podcast or vodcast. I really have to stop talking. I got to go. But my point is, if I may make this point, is take care of yourself. Give yourself something that gives you life, and commit to that, and know where your boundaries are, and protect your boundaries, protect your rest, protect your mental well-being and health, your physical health. Take care of yourself. That's what I'm saying. Take care of yourself, because you need it. You deserve it. You're worth it. So peace out, home skillet. At least it's not his asshole, right? Ow! I love your asshole. No, seriously, Chuck, I'm not even playing. Okay, you need to go on. You need to go on, you little psycho.